Hey everyone, welcome to the Applied Energistics mod. I'll show you how to get this mod. Basically, we'll go to CurseForge and search for Applied Energistics. It has 181 million downloads, so it's a very popular mod. Go to Files, Mod Loaders, Forge, All Versions 1.20.1, click 3 buttons and save. Important, you must save this version. Press Windows plus R, type app data, hit OK, go to a Minecraft and the mods folder. If it's not there, right click new folder, okay? Name it mod. This is where we'll add Applied Energistics, alright? Or install it. Under relations, it says key, just enough items, and others are optional. So there you have it, okay? Theoretically, it has no required mods. It's that simple. How can we find this meteorite, the AE2 meteorite? Well, we can find it with the meteorite compass, which is crafted using a compass, right? And a wooden crank, okay? The charger is crafted this way, and basically you take a compass. Got it? I understand this is a bit advanced. You take a charger, put the compass inside. Oops, for some reason it's teleporting me. It's teleporting me for some unknown reason. It's making me teleport. I don't know if this is some kind of bug. It's teleporting me. Well, theoretically, you put this thing, okay, in the charger, which again is somehow teleporting me when I hold the compass, alright? And you start turning the charger, okay? It's that simple. Now you'll have this meteorite compass that points to the nearest meteorite, got it? See, it's pointing there for me. So that's how we can find the meteorite. It's important to note that inside the meteorite, we'll find the mysterious cube. Okay, the mysterious cube, so that's how you can get it. How do you get Certus crystal? What's this crystal here? Well, we find it inside the mod's meteorite, okay? We can find it using a compass, but a meteorite compass, got it? The actual meteorite compass points to the meteorite itself, okay? And if we go down here, we'll find different artifacts. The mysterious cube, super important, and this gives us crystals. Don't break the generators, alright? It's like amethyst. Don't break budding Certus quartz, or we'll run out of crystals and need a new meteorite. Nobody wants that, right? I recommend making some space and clearing the bottom too, okay? This way crystals can grow on all sides, got it? And you'll have that extra advantage. So now just wait, see how they grow. Okay, wait for them to grow, and that's how you get these crystals. How does the charger work in AE2 mod? It's crafted with 5 iron ingots and 2 copper ingots. It also needs a wooden crank. Basically, get a Certus quartz crystal by breaking a cluster, then right click to place it. Put the wooden crank on top of the charger, okay? This is the crafting recipe. To repeat, then start turning it. After a few turns, it'll charge the crystal with energy. Watch as it charges, and my crank broke, but look, the crystal's charged now. This is how we get charged Certus quartz and other useful items. Oh, that's it. I thought I had more to say. It also lets us charge applied energistics items with the charger. For instance, the entropy manipulator has 0 out of 200,000. We right click to place it. Let's see, we set it to 0, there's 2.0. We start cranking, and now we're charging the wand, okay? See the electricity? We're charging that wand, got it? Now when I pick it up, it should have, there it is, 1,076 out of 200,000. Obviously, we'd need better power sources than the wooden crank, right? And they exist. Just to clarify, applied energistics is for storage, not power generation. There's one machine for power, but it uses coal and consumes a ton. We'll see that later. This mod's meant to work with other power mods. It's more about item storage. So that's it. How do you get Certus crystal generators? Well, basically we'll take a charged Certus quartz crystal, which you get by putting a Certus quartz crystal in the charger, okay? And turning it with a wooden crank. After cranking for a while, we'll get the quartz crystal converted, alright? You'll see lightning start to appear there. We run out of wooden crank, and there's our new little spark. This, along with a Certus quartz block, is made with 4 crystals. These crystals are obtained by breaking buildings, Certus quartz and such. So we grab this, go to water, okay? We throw one in, then another, wait, and you'll see a mix of sparks forming the damaged abutting Certus quartz. Got it? Important. If we throw it again, we'll upgrade its level, okay? With another, yes, if we throw it again, I mean with another Certus quartz. We'll keep leveling it up until we reach flawless abutting Certus quartz, the highest level. You get what each level does, right? The higher the level, the greater generation it has. How does the Inscriber work? This tool here is made with 5 iron, 1 copper, 2 sticky pistons. Okay, it has different uses, right? Basically, it's for making various important materials in the mod. I'll show you how to make Certus quartz dust. What do I need? Charged? Alright, let's grab the required element, okay? And we simply right click. As you can see, it has this interface. We can just put the Certus quartz in. It has features like auto export, input stack, and more, okay? We take the wooden crank, made like this, which provides energy. Just spin it. After spinning for a while, we'll see it's a press, okay? Our item is pressed and turns into dust, alright? Theoretically. Let's see if it's there. There we go. Now we have the dust. See, so that's it. It's that simple. How do we get flush crystal? This element here is made by mixing redstone, nether quartz, and charged Certus quartz crystal in water. Okay? Just throw in these items, wait a bit, and you'll see it start sparking. Then we'll have 2 flush crystals. What's flush crystal used for? Well, it's for more advanced crafting in the mod, like various machines and important items. So yeah, it's that simple. Alright, how do the different cables work in the AE2 mod? Okay, we have, well, let's start with me underscore glass cable, me underscore covered cable, smart underscore cable, dense and covered underscore cable, right? Differences. First, let's talk about crafting, okay? They all start with flux, got it? Then basically it tells you for the glass underscore cable, you'll need flux plus cyan dye. For the smart underscore cable, you'll need flux, redstone, and glowstone, okay? And then you just add 4 of the same for the others. If we hold down the head button, it'll show us all the cables, right? All the cable types, though I'm sure I've missed some here. And here they explain the differences a bit. It says the glass cable is the simplest, transfers power and up to 8 channels, 17 colors. The covered cable, okay? It doesn't give gameplay benefits over the crystal one, but it's an aesthetic alternative you can choose. The dense underscore cable, got it. This gives you 32 channels, only carries 8 and doesn't support buses, okay? Important. We have the smart underscore cable and that's it. There's nothing else, alright? So obviously the more advanced the better, you know? But you don't always need to use the most advanced one, okay? Sometimes we just need 8 channels, so we might use this 32 channel one, right? And within this 32, we take a subdivision of 8. Got it? That's it. You don't always have to go for the most expensive option. How does the energy acceptor work? This tool here basically helps us convert energy from other mods into AE2 energy, okay? If we open the interface, it explains it better. It says the conversion ratio for Tech Reborn's Forge energy is 2 Fe to 1 AE. In Forge, it's that, and in Fabric, 1 E equals 2 AE, okay? For example, it's wired in, and you can connect it on all sides, okay? All these red parts are inputs, okay? Just pass energy through this block, and it converts. And then on the other hand, we see this base, which is the same but more compact, okay? You can run the cable directly from here, okay? And that's it, okay? Just stick it to the block generating energy and done. How do you get any Inscriber press, okay? Or what are they used for, right? They're useful for crafting, okay? Inside the Inscriber itself. Well, they're called Inscriber press for a reason. So how do you get them? It says crafting presses are obtained by breaking mysterious cubes. Mysterious cubes are in meteorite centers found around the world. They can be located using a meteorite compass. So basically, you need to get the mysterious cube from meteorite centers, okay? This is a meteorite, for example. If we go in, here's a mysterious cube, okay? You just need to take this mysterious cube and mine it. Not that simple. There's only one, okay? We need at least a wooden pickaxe, okay? Mine it, see what I get. Look, it gives me quite a few, huh? Oh, look. I get one of each. Okay, so breaking one block is enough. So just break one and you'll get... How does the Certus Quartz wrench work? Basically, this tool is like the wrench from the Make mod. Got it? It mainly lets us separate cables, for example, okay? It can disconnect or completely remove them. Not sure if I can separate these. Let's see. In creative mode, I can disconnect these two. See, just crouch and that's it. Rotate with right click. Disable with shift right click. Well, rotating doesn't seem to work. But if you crouch and right click, you can remove it, okay? So there you have it, folks. How does the ME terminal work? Basically, this element here, okay? There are different terminal placements. They explain a bit how it's done. Essentially, it must connect to a network. The network is basically storage, in this case, a barrel, okay? It's wired, and we just connect the terminal to the cables. We power it all. In this case, the energy is in creative mode, okay? There are 4 terminal types. First is the ME terminal, the standard one, I think. Yes, it basically says your basic terminal lets you view and access your storage or autocrafting setup, okay? The interface, and so on. Well, that's pretty clear, right? If I break this and connect my ME terminal, I right click and access the barrel, see? That's what it told me, okay? You saw I have 64 here. I right click and can see what's in the barrel. That's it. You can sort, filter by type, sort ascending, descending, different setting. You can look all you want, but the barrel won't change, so there you have it. How does the ME pattern access terminal work? And basically, it lets us view and extract patterns stored in the ME system, okay? If I put this here and right click, it'll show me the patterns. What are patterns? Well, patterns are these things here. In this case, there aren't any. But what are patterns used for? Well, for example, if we make a... This is quite advanced stuff if we set up auto crafting, right? So What happens? We have to tell it an autocrafting setup automatically crafts items. What's the deal? We need to specify what we want it to craft, okay? To do that, we save the recipes in these patterns. Got it? In these blank patterns, the pattern access terminal lets us access all configured crafting recipes. Okay, say I want to make barrels, it crafts planks and slabs, right? To make barrels. Well, we'd open the terminal to see recipes for slabs, planks, and barrels. Got it? That's basically it. How does the pattern encoding terminal work? Basically, it's used to create and encode blank patterns with recipes. Okay, let's look at a more practical example. All right, here we have, for instance, this autocrafter. See? This basically crafts items automatically. It's not set up yet, but that's what it would do. So let's right click and say I want to save a crafting recipe, okay? Let's say I want to save the recipe for a chest. Got it? I'd take this, put the blank pattern here, send it, and now I have a chest pattern. Why did I do this through the ME pattern encoding terminal? Well, that's what the encoding terminal does. Right clicking here shows nothing, but here it shows a crafting table. Why? Because they're different terminals. This terminal lets me save crafting patterns, see? It's not useful now as I'm explaining storage. Once we discuss autocrafters, you'll see why it's important. How does the ME crafting terminal work? Well, it's pretty straightforward. It's basically a regular terminal with a crafting table. What does a normal terminal do? It gives us access to storage, right? Like in this barrel, there are 64 items. 64, there it is, see? But this also gives us a crafting table. What for? Well, you know, I know, for crafting stuff. Here we can store 256 items, and it's in the barrel, see? So you can see the interface works and all that. It needs power and cable connection, but there you have it. How does M Drive work? Well, first I need to explain what this is. In real life, this would be like a server. Well, not exactly a server, but a data storage. So how does it function? Imagine a barrel, okay? The interface is literally the same. Here's the barrel, a cable, power from the creative energy cell, and a crafting terminal. This is the same thing. It's the same, you see it, right? But with the barrel, I have an M drive. In the barrel, we have this inventory, and in the M drive, we have this. So what's this inventory? It's the item storage cells, okay? These capsules allow you to, it says 1024 bytes, basically 1024 items, and up to 63 different item types, okay? It's a way to have more storage in one block. The mod solution to avoid making thousands of chests. Just craft an M drive and the best cell. How do storage cell items work? And how do you get skystone for the max level storage cell? Okay, here they need sky. They ask for sky stone dust, and that's it. For this, you need skystone. Where do you get it from? Well, it comes from the meteorite where the whole mod starts, okay? The meteorite itself is made of skystone, and it's also covered in skystone, so yeah, it might seem obvious since this mod doesn't have many structures, right? But if someone forgot or missed it, or whatever, I'll explain it. And then, what are these capsules? As you can see, they store 1K, 4K, 16K, 64K, and 256K items. And what do? Well, basically they store items, okay? I don't think I can open it, alright? To access them, you need to use a cell workbench, okay? Put the 1K there, for example, and you can see it. The 4K, 16K, 64K, and so on. And you can see the stacks, right? And all the items inside, but basically they work as like portable chests, okay? Like literally USBs, that's how they work, got it? How does the redstone card work? Well, basically the redstone card it supports the MEIO port and me import export bus, right? It provides support for these two components. Essentially, the redstone card adds redstone control, adding a power button to device interfaces, allowing you to switch between different redstone conditions, okay? Ultimately, as I said, for me, IO port or import export bus. Basically, you'd go to an export or import bus, open it, and place it here, got it? You see it goes here in the right section for cards, so we'd put it there, and that's it. This way you can enable or disable the tool without any issues. How does the capacity card work? It applies to import, export bus, storage bus, and formation plane. Basically, the capacity card increases the number of filter slots in import, export, and storage buses. Got it? It also affects formation planes. Essentially, it lets us have a much larger number of filters. How does the overflow destruction card work? It applies to M storage cells, portable cells, M storage puffs, color applicator, and master cannon. Basically everything. This card can be applied to storage cells, which are storage units in a cell workbench. It eliminates incoming items if the cell is full. Items are discarded even if specific sections are full or others are empty. So that's what it does, simple as that. How does fuzzy cards work? It's applicable to all these tools for pretty much everything, right? Basically, fuzzy card says, It lets devices and tools with filters sort by damage level, ignoring item tag. This allows exporting all types of tools like iron ones, regardless of damage level or enchantment. You can even export damaged diamond tools that aren't fully repaired. Here it gives you various examples of what it allows. So if the item you're trying to transfer is damaged, it determines whether it can pass or not, basically. And there you have different examples of the filters available. How does the acceleration card work? Basically, this tool can be used on I/O ports, vibration chambers, and everything else you see here. As its name suggests, the acceleration card does just that. It essentially makes the tools work faster, got it? It speeds up buses, moving more items per operation, and boosts inscribers and assemblers. That's it. How does the inverter card, okay? Applies to all these tools. Basically, it swaps filters on devices from whitelist to blacklist. Got it? So instead of listing what can pass, you list what can't pass. Understand? You can't do this directly. You need this card. All right. How does the crafting card work? Here we're looking at all the different support. But basically, the crafting card lets devices send crafting requests to your Autocrafter system to get needed items. It's that simple, right? That's all there is to it. How does the equal distribution card work? Well, the name itself explains it, right? Basically, this card allows us to distribute. It can be applied to warehouse cards, okay? In the cell workbench. It says divide the card into equal sizes and sections based on the card's part. This prevents any item or item type from completely filling up a cell, okay? So yeah, that's what it does. And finally, we have the energy card, right? The energy card, well, its name hints at what it does. It adds more energy to storage for tools like portable terminals or vibration chambers, and it powers vibration chambers too, which is a tool that helps us generate energy more efficiently. So yeah, that's another benefit. How does the cell workbench work? Okay, basically it allows us to take a cell, right? Well, not an ID card, but one of these cells. We put it here, got it? And we can access its entire inventory, simple as that. I'm not sure if there's an example here, but anyway, we can add upgrade cards here on the right side, see? And that's it. We have sorting, copying, and various filters, but not much else. How does the ME.IO port work? Essentially, it allows us to connect a storage device like the ME drive to our system. We have two cables connected here, see? The crafting terminal gives us access to the ME drive storage and can send items for crafting. And then we have the power connection. The IO port, as it says, can pick up or extract items from storage cells. If I right click on the IO port with a storage cell from my inventory, I can place it here and transfer all the items from the cell to the ME drive. In this example, the items will be moved into the connected ME drive. Currently, there's nothing stored in the system. The transfer can also be done in reverse. For instance, you could move all the logs from the ME drive into a storage cell. So that's a capability you have with this. Additionally, there's an output mode that lets you move the cell when it's empty, when the transfer is complete, or when it's full, and that covers the functionality of the ME.IO port. How does the vibration chamber work, and how do you generate power with AE? First off, AE2 isn't a mod for generating power. It's for storage, but it does need energy. That's why they added the vibration chamber, I guess, so players using just AE2 aren't left high and dry. So it's a tool that runs on coal, right? And it's literally just coal, though I'm not sure if you can use coal blocks or something similar. Let's see. Yeah, you can, okay? The effect is the same. So that's how it works. It generates power, you move it with a cable, simple as that, and store it in an energy tank. Done. How does the energy cell work? The energy cell is simply an energy tank, okay? Well, we just take energy generation from any other mod, right? We'd pass it through this item here, the acceptor. Got it? Basically, we'd connect one wire and another, that's it. The acceptor converts energy from other mods into AE2 energy, okay? That's the storage mod. So anyway, if not, we can use vibration chambers, all right? We store energy from burning blocks, coal, or fuel in energy cells. How do the ME imports bus and exports bus work? Basically, these buses define in the cables, right? If a cable needs to import or export items, okay? It can be from a tool or other things. Here, for example, I've placed two barrels, see? One barrel on the left and one on the right. This barrel has the imports bus, you can see it here, and the right one has the exports bus. It's key to have a network between these two barrels, got it? How do you create a network? Well, basically by placing an ME drive, okay? With this ME drive power and everything charged, you've got an AE2 system. If you only use the cable, it won't work alone, alright? Even if you power it. So basically I put items in and they get stored here, okay? You can see they're stored here going directly to this spot. Then I'm not exporting items from the cable, but from here. So they end up arriving here. Got it? Important. For export, right click and set awkward as the filter, okay? Do the same for import, alright? You can do that too, got it? Import is for extracting items, and export. Import takes items from the barrel to the plant. Export does the reverse, okay? So that's what import and export do. This is the import cost and this is the export cost, and that's it. Simple as that. How does Quartz fiber work? Okay, well, we create a network bus, right? To create a network, we basically have a central data storage unit, which in this case is the M drive. We can store different disks here, okay? Up to 10 disks. What I've done here, I'll break it down, is connect different cables with inputs and outputs for the barrels, add a little flare, and then connect it all to power. If I connect this cable now, what we'll have is all of this as one network, okay? It's all one network connected, got it? So if I now add a quartz fiber, okay, what'll happen? Well, the quartz fiber needs to be, on the output, okay, like I've placed it now. What the quartz fiber will do is, hey, this will keep receiving power, it'll keep working. You see it says device online, it'll keep working, but the items that, for example, are exported from here won't go there anymore, okay? They're two separate networks, got it? This way you prevent these barrels from interacting with the ones next to them, okay? And basically, this is what quartz fiber does. In short, it lets you reuse the same power source while keeping two systems separate. That's it. How does the ME pattern provider work? Basically, what does it do? They say they're the main way we can do autocrafting systems and interact with the world. They'll be pushing ingredients into their patterns, okay? Into advanced inventories and items that can be inserted for later use in the network. Got it. Well, here it tells us more. Note, they push ingredients directly to crafting storage, so they never actually hold items in their inventory. You have to go to another inventory, like a barrel, to get items out, okay? So they're basically a kind of connection, right? They allow us to connect with actual crafting. They're the ones that perform the crafting. Well, I mean, they're the ones that provide the pattern. How does the molecular assembler work? Well, basically this tool here says it receives items from other patterns and returns them, okay? That's essentially what it does. And well, it says so right here. It takes input items and moves them through defined operations. All this works with the M patterns providers, right? Or the inserted crafting patterns, templates, tables, and so on. Look, it says this assembler's pattern turns 1 oak log into 4 oak plank, and that's the pattern it has. So when you put a log in this hopper, it'll craft it automatically. They show how the patterns work together. See, the provider has the info, the assembler does the crafting. They connect, and this way, well, they can craft together, you know. We'll see more about this next. How do crafting storages work? There are different types: 1K, 4K, 16K, 64K, and up to 256K. Basically, they allow us to store crafting materials, right? It says required. Crafting storages are available in various cell sizes, okay? They can store and use ingredients as intermediates in crafting. Larger storages are needed for CPUs and hold more ingredients. Bigger ones store more ingredients. That's all there is to it. How does the crafting co-processing unit work? Basically, it's optional and makes pattern providers send ingredients more frequently, okay? This also keeps these machines running efficiently. It speeds up the machine and prevents bottlenecks between assemblers. Got it? What are these? These items here? That's all, okay? So it just speeds everything up, not much else. All right, let's set up Autocrafting in AE2. I'll explain how to do it, okay? I've already covered what each component does. There's a tutorial for each part. But let's focus on the pattern. The pattern is basically we place 1, 2, step back, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Got it? We do this, alternate again, and start building up. This is with the molecular assemblers. As you see, we end up alternating throughout. Now we place an ME controller. We put it 2 blocks away, for example. We place it, but it won't be powered yet. See, on the sides, 1 block away, put a 64K crafting storage and co-processors. This speeds up item movement and processing. So we place 1, 1, 1, and 1. As you see, in an S pattern, and we go up 2 blocks. Same on the other side, okay? And basically, we connect everything. Here's the ME controller. We use wide ME dense smart cables, move them around, and since it's connected with 32 channels, we just link them with smart cables, and that's it, okay? And I've put one here to connect these 3, another here, and the same on the other side. All of this obviously needs power, right? You can set up the power however you want, it's up to you. We have access to the ME drive here, okay? I've also connected it with an ME smart cable. We can access the ME drive. I've run some cables up here and added a pattern encoding terminal, which is important. I've also added a pattern access terminal, you'll see it without shaders, and an ME crafting terminal. This one's just for crafting. This is for accessing crafting patterns, as this is auto-crafting, right? And this one's for defining patterns, okay? As you can see, I've also got a cable here, right? I've run it up. Then I split it into smart cables to connect each auto-crafting module, got it? On the right, I've made a smart cable branch connecting to an ME pattern and furnace, see? Here's an import bus that moves carbon down, with an export bus below. No filters yet, but it'd export the result. So how do we set up crafting? Well, we'd start with a blank pattern, right? And let's say, I don't know, we have a log, okay? Let's go to the encoding terminal and say, hey, I've got the log and I want you to craft it into oak_log. Now we grab a blank pattern, send it over, and we've got the crafting pattern, alright? Basically, we put these patterns in the ME terminal, okay? As you can see here, it says furnace. Don't put it in the furnace. We'd put them in the molecular assembler, which handles the crafting. And see, there's the crafting option. You see it? Now in encoding and crafting 2, it shows up. I say I want over 1,000 net. It tells me, hey, we're short 250 wood because there's no ME drive, right? So we grab a cell, okay? A storage unit, and well, the storage or I put in the log or it'll mock me. So let's put a barrel, put a cell inside, okay? There it is. We connect a cable to the storage and there's the barrel. I'm not sure if this, no, it won't work. We connect it like this. Okay, we place the barrel. Does it connect on its own? Now we put an import bus here. Let's see if it works. There it is. Now theoretically, let's see if I did it right. There, I put it there and it starts collecting items. What did I do here? Well, just letting that cell fill up, okay? I connected a cable with an import bus to collect wood and fill this. Now with oak logs, I can craft. I want 10. It says 3 available. I hit start and it'll craft automatically, see? Okay, we could apply this to furnaces and other things too. And that's it. Done in just 5 quick minutes. How does the wireless access point work? To use it, we'll need a wireless crafting terminal, okay? And basically, well, for example, I've set up Autocrafting here. You connect it to the wiring, right click with the wireless, go to the wireless point, take your wireless crafting terminal, pass it through, and that's it, okay? Now just right click and you have access to the terminal. The terminal would be this encoding, for example. So you right click and you've got the crafting terminal right here, okay? You don't have the encoding, but you can craft directly, okay? Then we can increase the range by using a wireless booster, okay? I'm not sure exactly how much it increases the radius. It improves the wireless access range. Well, it doesn't specify, but if you add it, look, from 16 meters to 17, man, that seems like a pretty weak improvement, doesn't it? But hey, theoretically, I need to place several. Let's see, I need a stack. Oh, I need stacks. That's good. Got to use stacks, dude. Is this cheap or not? Well, it's not super pricey, but still. Max of 528 meters, okay? That's the max wireless range. So I could move away, right-click, and still access the terminal. My question is, can I grab blocks? You can grab blocks, all right? So you've got a pretty OP inventory, huh? Watch out. How does the spatial anchor work? Basically, it loads one chunk in one world, spanning that chunk in that world. Essentially, it just loads chunks. It's offline right now. To make it online, just plug it in and you're set. It loads the chunk it's located in. Why do we need this? If we have a crucial interdimensional storage, which I'll show you, it's vital to keep the other chunk loaded. Got it? I'll read the description, but honestly, it doesn't say much more. It just loads the chunk and that's it, okay? So it's really that simple. How does the quantum ring work? Okay, so basically, let's say we have this base, and now what we'll do is we take the quantum ring, 1, 2, 3, bam, 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 bam. And in the center, we put a quantum link chamber. If we click, we can actually place an entangled singularity, right? In this case, it won't let me because it says it's invalid, but if we craft it, we'll get 2, okay? What's this used for? Well, you take one, bring it to one dimension and the other to another dimension, got it? You combine this with a spatial anchor, okay? The cool thing is you can connect it, and I think it's done through glass. Let's see, white glass. Yeah, outside. Well, I'm not sure. But basically, it lets you connect your machine between dimensions. So we'd take this portal and create the same portal in the nether. Of course, you have to link it first, right? First, you need to place the quantum. You put the quantum on one machine and the second quantum on another. Important, don't lose the quantums or you'll have to craft them again, okay? The quantums are unique with ID tag. You can't mix quantums from different craft. It doesn't work that way, got it? Once you have it, just connect it and you're done. This way, you'd have a machine working across dimensions. How does the ME_LVL_emitter work? Basically, this tool emits redstone signals based on the quantity of items and storage in our system. There's also a version that emits redstone signals depending on the energy stored in your network. Got it? And more. It's really that simple, nothing more to it. So you go to the storage, right? You connect this device and look, it emits redstone, see? If I set it to 110, is it still emitting? Oh, it's not. When it reaches a certain limit, because here I have, how much do I have? 317 items. If I set it to 300, it's on, and at 400, it turns off, see? You got it, right? It's super basic, super simple, okay? So that's how it works. All right, now that we've taken a look at most of the mod, right? I've skipped over some of the more basic things like, well, not basic, more advanced, like the annihilation plane, hold G for info, and the P2P tunnel, which is similar, okay? So after covering the mod, especially the basics, which I wanted to focus on, it has other items and lots of tools too. Not too much though. I mean, I've explained almost everything, honestly. But it's true that with technical mods like this, it's important to explain everything thoroughly. And I also wanted to give a quick review of the mod, which is, well, I understand it's a storage mod, right? Not energy storage, but item storage. I find it very, very original. I think the explanations are really well done. Maybe we're missing some examples. I haven't looked through the whole guide, but here, for instance, we've set up an Autocrafter. It'd be nice to have more of those, right? I want to believe they're already there, okay? Look, example setup. Check it out, an amethyst farm, for example. Oh, look, they are there. Main network and all the crafting, auto-regulated cobblestone, automated ore fortune, target automation, interface, item fluid. Well, there we have it, okay? So that's perfect. Honestly, I think it's a really great mod and I recommend it, especially if you're into technical gameplay, like working with large storage systems and you're organized. If you think this mod could improve your storage in various farms, go for it. I definitely recommend it. It might be a bit tricky to learn at first, but once you get the hang of it, you're set. So yeah, it's that simple.